Hey, I was out in the range today, and I was playing around, running into some thoughts, and I just wanted to share. Um, I am I like to shoot guns for the concept of like self defense. Sometimes I like to shoot them because they're fun and cool. Like I like buying stuff I like, if that makes sense. But within the thought process here of pistols to pistol caliber carbines, I just wanted to talk through something that I found interesting because I tried a bunch of them recently. Particularly, I tried brace pistols. So I started with a Raider 320 and then had a 365 for a while. Sig sucks, and also the 365, like, it hurts. It's ouchy. So I didn't enjoy that in Sig. So I'm like, no, let me try this. Like, I'll go out and get the. I actually, back in the day, had the Flux Glock, which was an oversight of mine to trade that to a friend, but I'll try the B&T one with the brace from A3 Tactical and this. And I was just going to share my thoughts, but I just think, sorry, crap in my face. I just think it's interesting, like when you compare, this is just a Gen 5 Glock 19. Um, when you compare that to the brace to then something like this is a B&T GHM9 with this has a suppressor on it right now, but it's the compact one. It takes the Glock mags. It has the Glock mag lower. So, like this feels like kind of a jump from the G19 to the B&T, and um, I guess it is. But when you think about this, you're like, this is perfect in between. Where my brain goes is it's like maybe I'll carry a Glock 9 on my 19 on my person, and then this could be a cool bag gun. Like maybe I'm going on a long distance trip and I don't want to carry a rifle. Like that's the concept for me. Is like it's like I feel more comfortable. Like I'm not carrying a rifle and it's easier to stow this than like the GHM. This is heavier. This is like a heavy boy. Obviously, I have this set up for night vision, so it has extra stuff going on with the laser and whatnot. Whereas this, like, it doesn't have any fix-ins, but you could put a light on it. Now, here's what I'll say. I was shooting it 40 yards about today. I put this. First thing is I found out this foregrip. Like, if I like slightly torque it, it throws things like 4 inches to the right at like 10 yards. So like minor torque. I loosened it, tightened it, like played around with it. No matter what, just the way it's on, like it really affects the way that the gun sits in the chassis. It's the A3 guy, angled grip, whatever's legal. And then, yeah, so I loosened up on it. It's fine. Like, you can hold it and not torque it. But I felt like that's goofy. Like, if I had to get to business or whatever, I might, like, crank on it. So I'm like, that's jank. But let me shoot this at 40 yards. I was just shooting a head box on, like, a USPSA target. Kind of at the end of the session, just like playing around. I shot 8 out of 10, made 8 out of 10 hits, and I was not touching this and like bracing it with the brace out, like this on like braced on like an ammo can. So 8 out of 10, I was like, that's kind of rough, and they were not consistent either. Now it's like this is a silencer threaded barrel. I've never had issues with this. Like just shooting. This is like a Glock 17 I've had since I started shooting. It's a Gen 4. So I've shot a lot of rounds through it, and that barrel's not like shot out or anything. And then I took my Gen 5 Glock 19, which I will comment on my other Glock 19 here, and I was able to shoot 10 out of 10 standing offhand, just shooting it in the head. Like, I took my time, and 10 out of 10, consistently like closer, like with vertical string in the head box. So I guess that just, like, it just rubs me wrong. Like, what is the point of something that you're like, hey, I can brace and use 3 points of contact if you can't reliably expect it to make those shots? And like I know there's maybe some stuff going on. Like the way it fits in there is kind of interesting. Like this tightens and like pushes the frame front to back, and the back of the frame is like in this thing. So maybe there's a way to wedge it where it doesn't do that. But I'm like, this is goofy. Whereas on the other hand, like this B&T, like it's quite a bit heavier, but when I'm shooting this, like I can consistently hit at 100 yards with 9mm. With or without the can. I put a little 3-lug on it, so I was zeroing that. And on this setup, what's neat too, I really like the Holosun Ames. Like I just picked up a used one. I used to have an EOTech. I ran a T2 on it for a while, and I was like, I don't like the idea of T2 money and then the EOTech having to turn it on. And what I found is like this is really clean under nods. I think some folks have said that reviewing it, and it's very accurate, this gun, like in and of itself. It's a very short, I think it's like a 4-inch barrel. So I was having funkiness with the threaded barrel, like they come loose cans. So I put the Trilug and put a new optic on it and got this thing running fine. And we're talking like I was able to punch a hole like this at 40 yards just off the ammo can again. So I just think, all in all, what I'm saying is like there's such a big jump from this to this that this kind of is like actually worth it in the sense of like it's doing stuff that the other one won't do, like 3 points of contact and consistently shooting in the same spot. I think this is a toy, and maybe there's like an executive protection guy that's like, shut up, you don't get it. Like maybe they're closer than 40-yard engagements that you want 3 points of contact. Like just because I have that, it'll become more consistent than like a handgun. Maybe I don't get it, I guess, at this point. Like being like, I'm such an amateur, you know, it's like always amateur hour for me when I'm shooting. So like, I guess I don't get it. I'm like, let me just freaking take a full size or even like I said, like a Glock, like compact Glock 19. Now here's my Gen 3. I found it kind of interesting today, like shooting, and this has like it's RTF2, but it has a decent like Gen 3 trigger in it. I put the new slide on it, like the MOS slide, and an EPS, a plate that is from, I think it's Arson Machine. They make the plates for forward controls design. And like what I noticed today is, and I don't think it's a trigger, like I just spent a lot of time like taking my time and shooting. I think the Gen 3 barrels are not as accurate as the Gen 5s. And I feel like I've heard this and like folks say how accurate the Gen 5 barrels are, but like it was noticeable. The difference there, like kind of just opened up more at distance too. And not, it didn't feel like they were going right where I wanted. Now, I remember when I had an SRO on this for a while and I was shooting it and I felt like, oh, it was like a laser beam. So maybe I'm just more familiar, like I've done more dry fire with this, like Gen 5, and I'm more used to the trigger dynamics or whatever. So it could be that, but I was slowing down and shooting okay. I was shooting some M&Ps today too, so like a couple different platforms just goofing, but more or less just like being used to shooting a gun again. Like I haven't shot in like 3 months. I had a kid, so she's more important, but than playing around. Yeah, I just think it's worth mentioning, like, you know, like I think the Gen 5 barrels are more accurate. I think what I'll probably do is throw a Gen 5 barrel in this. Like I don't feel comfortable with this. And I was able to like make it work and all that, but like I was just shooting some like 3-inch steel plates, I think they are, like danglies, and it's like I was missing them with this, like at whatever, like 30 yards, like, which is very odd. Normally I don't have it. This is like 100% of the time I can hit it. So maybe I just don't know how different like 2 different Glock 19s are. So maybe I'm just like a real anal guy, Princess in the P, with what I'm shooting. But the point of this was really to tell you that this is a toy, and I will probably sell the chassis just because it's goofy to me. Like it doesn't actually upgrade me anything. Like I said, maybe there's an executive protection guy that'll tell me I'm stupid for my thought process here. I guess I get that. It's like you can hide it and go and hit close range. Like maybe I just feel like if you actually fundamentally practice with a sidearm like a handgun, like you should be fine. I didn't think this Gen 3 Glock 19 had issues in terms of like I could do the work. I could hit the person if I was, you know, I was hitting the USPSA A zone at the 7 yards, at the 10 yards for the most part when I was going within what I can do. Now, Gen 5 barrels are probably better. This is maybe a contributing factor to this. I don't know. I doubt it because I can just turn it. Like I can just pull it one way and it's like off by 4 or 5 inches. So goofy, but I think there is a place for pistol caliber carbines, especially when they're nice and short and they're consistent. Like I think the point of this all is consistency, right? So I'm gonna take off. It's starting to get kind of cold, but I figured I'd make a video so y'all could see it now that I am banned from Instagram Live. Happy to answer comments, or if you want to hit me with some just like insults, like really bad insults that make me feel bad, that'd be cool too. Talk soon.